Now is the time to get an edge on your education at Itawamba Community College. ICC's Summer Edge program offers the first 6 hours of coursework and registration for free for in-person and online summer classes. For more information, visit iccms.edu/summeredge. That's iccms.edu/summeredge. Incoming freshmen, don't forget about ICC's free orientation sessions. Sign up today at iccms.edu/orientation. Itawamba Community College, the best start here.
Here, you can be your best. The best train here. Learn here. Succeed here. Perform here. Win here. Thrive here. Itawamba Community College, the best start here.
Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of the ICC Hour. I'm Adam Gore and thank you for taking time out of your afternoon to join us here on Super Talk Mississippi 101.9 FM. Of course, the ICC Hour is made possible by our friends over at Renaissance Bank. They are the bank that understands you. You can find out why by visiting renaissancebank.com.
If this just cost a little bit less.
Let's take a look at that with the Renaissance replay. Make the right call with over 400,000 shopping discounts right from the Renaissance Rewards Extra checking app.
On this week's show, we're going to check in with ICC President Dr. Jay Allen and have a end-of-the-year review, kind of look back over the school year, the highs, we didn't have any lows, and some of the good points and some of the things that we're able to build on heading into next school year. We'll also take a look at our Summer Edge program with Dr. Allen and a whole lot more, so you'll want to be sure and stay tuned for that as well. Now, let's take a look at our Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi Spotlight with recently named Dean of Student and Athletic Director, Dr. Chad Case.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
And we are joined by Dr. Chad Case, newly named Athletic Director here at ICC. First off, Chad, just talk about this day, what it means to you, and how you feel taking over this position.
Well, we know, everybody knows there's some big shoes to fill. Coach Ball's been in this position for a long time. I'm excited about the new challenge. I just hope that I can live up to the expectations that she has set. She set the bar high. So, I want to get in and learn from her, really. So I hope she will give me a little bit of time to get down there before she takes off and starts vacationing a lot. Give me a little bit of time to get down there and just learn from her.
Okay, well, now it might be a surprise to some because they've known you as the housing director, but you have spent many a days down there on the ball field, down on the softball field and on the baseball field, so sports is nothing new to you. So
right.
Talk about some of your past experiences in athletics and how that's going to help you in this role.
Well, Coach Ball she and Rick Collier gave me my first opportunity to be down the hill in athletics, I guess you'd say. I've spent 5 years with Coach Collier as an assistant, and then after that, 4 years as the head softball coach. So in between there, I did some other things here at the college, recruiting and housing, and then fitness center. So I've done a little bit of everything here at the college, and so just hoping to build on that and just continue to grow and learn everything here.
Okay, well, this is a question I ask a lot of our athletes, and I'm going to ask it to you because going back in this world, just talk about ICC, what it has meant to you so far as you move into this new role.
Really, can't say enough about what the college has meant to me, and it's really the people here, the people and the friendships I've made are lifelong friends. So, yeah, the college is great, but it's the people within the college that really make it what it is. And just been really blessed to grow up really here. I started when I was 23 and been here 20 years now. So I've met a lot of people and lifelong friends along the way.
Okay, well, let's just talk about, I know you're going to pick Coach Ball's brain apart, but just talk about some of the challenges in transitioning back into athletics.
Well, when you've been out of it for a little bit, there's been some rule changes and just learning, you know, personnel and, you know, who all do I need to get a football game going? Who all do I need to get a basketball game going? Things like that. And just some of the administrative things that she does that I may not have done in the past. Rules probably will be an easy learn, but it's those administrative things that she does that I really I'm not sure about that I'm going to have to learn.
Okay, well, lastly here, just want to open the floor to you here, let you just say your thanks and everything, and just whatever it comes to mind when taking over this new role.
Well, I'm thankful that Dr. Boggs, Dr. Allen, and the Board of Trustees are trusting me with this role. I'm grateful to Coach Ball for starting me out here at Itawamba Community College, and I'm thankful for all the friendships that I've made. It sounds like I'm retired. I'm certainly not. I've got a long way to go. I've got young children that I need to put through college here. So I'm just grateful for everything that everybody has ever done to help me and to teach me, and I just want to continue to grow and learn everything that I can and hopefully be an asset to the college.
When we come back, we'll have the interview with ICC President Dr. Jay Allen right here on the ICC Hour. Now is the time to get an edge on your education at Itawamba Community College. ICC's Summer Edge program offers the first 6 hours of coursework and registration for free for in-person and online summer classes. For more information, visit iccms.edu/summeredge. That's iccms.edu/summeredge. Incoming freshmen, don't forget about ICC's free orientation sessions. Sign up today at iccms.edu/orientation. Itawamba Community College, the best start here.
Hey Indian fans, I'm Ricky Murphy, real estate agent, Tommy Morgan Realtors, and I'm also a proud alumni of the All-American Marching Band. Itawamba Community College was my home for 2 years, and where you decide to make your home will be one of the most important decisions of your life. Whether you're looking to create a plan to buy your first home, or if you're ready today to make a move into your forever home, give me a call or send me a message so we can discuss your next move. And for my family, roll Tribe!
Why settle for a checking account that just holds your money? Renaissance Rewards Extra gives you so much more. Like savings at more than 400,000 retailers, 24/7 roadside assistance, a cell phone protection plan worth up to $400, $25 in ATM fee refunds per monthly cycle, and a great interest rate when you meet 3 easy qualifications. Get extra today at rewardsextra.com. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
I've gotten several degrees in other subjects, and I've been working restaurants most of my life, so it kind of just fell into place to where let's get more experience, more information, more training, so I can take over like a restaurant and manage. I've worked all around the state, out of state. I first started up in Memphis, worked around Virginia, moved down to Mississippi, and then just been working restaurants most of my life. You can work your way from the ground up, but there's also more things involved in that where you just need that extra level of training, and that's when I decided to go back to ICC and get my degree there again. It just kind of fell into place to where I found out that they were doing a hospitality program, and I decided to apply. The online program, I was able to basically go to school around my work schedule, so it's not like I'm having to take off from work, and I could get all my work done ahead of time and have everything turned in on specific days, so I'm not having to play catch up anywhere or miss work. Just that right amount of time to where you get in, you get some training, you get some learning, and possibly some certifications under your belt. And then when you get out into the market, it might help you find a better place to start working on your career. Everything that I learned in the program is relevant to what I'm doing on currently. I mean, everything from like food cost, human resources management, dealing with customer relations, guest relations, social media marketing, things like that. It's all very, very relevant nowadays. I was able to get my ServSafe certification, which is important for managers. The best advice is just to go in with an open mind and a good attitude, and you'll probably succeed.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
So when are you going to give me back for the pizza?
Oh, personal foul. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make a successful handoff when you transfer funds to friends and family with Zelle and the Renaissance mobile app. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make the right call for 24/7 roadside assistance and sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking today.
Now is the time to get an edge on your education at Itawamba Community College. ICC's Summer Edge program offers the first 6 hours of coursework and registration for free for in-person and online summer classes. For more information, visit iccms.edu/summeredge. That's iccms.edu/summeredge. Incoming freshmen, don't forget about ICC's free orientation sessions. Sign up today at iccms.edu/orientation. Itawamba Community College, the best start here. And welcome back to the ICC Hour here on Super Talk Mississippi 101.9 FM. And as always, the ICC Hour is being brought to you by our friends over at Renaissance Bank. They are the bank that understands you. You can find out why by visiting renaissancebank.com. Well, Dr. Allen, first off, thank you for taking time out of your week. I know, yes, the school year is technically over, but it never slows down on this side of things. But
it does not.
Appreciate
Parking
you.
gets easier,
Yeah,
but
that's the big point there. All right, so we just wrapped up the school year, and of course, we always kind of tie that bow off with a great ceremony with graduation. We had over 600, I believe, walk this year. Right. So just kind of look back over that full day of ceremonies.
Well, we started Thursday night with a GED. Well, let me rephrase that. It's a high school equivalency of graduation, and so that's for our adult basic ed program, and had a great program that night. We came in then Thursday morning with a 10 o'clock, then a 2 o'clock, and then a 5 o'clock ceremonies. And the great thing was we got a chance to honor our academic students and our career tech students early that morning, and then that afternoon we did the rest of our academics. And then that evening we did all of our nursing and health science programs, and they had their pinning as part of that ceremony. You know, it's refreshing to see the Davis Event Center packed full of people.
Yes.
And to be able to be back in that, and it was standing room only at the first two really, and then the third one was very comfortably full, which was what you want, and just a tremendous opportunity. I started thinking about it. It was 600 that walked, 1,000 awarded credentials. I don't know, Adam, if that was or my dad asked, was that a record? I was like, I really don't know.
That's
I can't remember.
Yeah.
It's a good number. It's hard to say because while our overall enrollment has dropped through the years as the economy is just so good in our service area, our student success rate and our completion rate has only gone up. And so it's kind of hard to know. You would think intuitively it would be lower, but it may not be.
Yeah. What do you credit that to?
There's two items, two things. Our faculty and staff that what they're doing both in the classroom and outside the classroom to both challenge our students and support them. And you can't just challenge a student without giving them the proper support to be successful. And so we pair that really well, and it takes not only our faculty but our staff in that support role. And then the second piece of that is our students willing to answer that challenge. And you know, we still have a large number of students that need remediation in math and English, but we're really good at helping them become successful in the college environment. So I think it all goes back to the students' willingness and our faculty, what they're doing in the classroom, and our staff, what they're doing outside of the classroom to support. We also know student engagement is a key. You have to have students engaged in the collegiate environment, especially traditional age students. In order for them, the more engaged they are, the more successful they will be. Data shows that all across the country. So it's not just the academic support out of the classroom, but it's the overall support.
Well, I'm going to knock on wood before I make this next statement, but COVID kind of in the rearview mirror now.
Yeah.
Talk about just this school year, how good it there was moments I caught myself, say, at a basketball game or something going on at Fine Arts, where it kind of took me back a moment emotionally, where I'm like, this is what makes ICC special.
Absolutely.
And I didn't realize how much I had missed that over the past few years, not being able to have that.
You know, it feels like COVID's been going on, or it's 5 years ago, but it's not.
No.
I mean, it's not. It's just amazing how much time we've covered in what it feels like we've covered versus what reality is, and it just stretched out so long. You know, as you look at national news, in some parts of the country, it's on the rise pretty significantly. Yeah. Overseas, it's really on the rise in some areas. That's concerning to me because historically, in these 2 years, as we've watched it, when there's trends happening overseas and trends happening in other parts of the U.S., it often then flows to us to some degree. And so it concerns me, but at the same time, we're so much better prepared. We know how to operate. Vaccine levels are so much higher, those type things. I'm not saying that we won't have to make adjustments, but boy, I'm so glad we're back to normal.
Yes. And
we're going to do everything we can to keep us as normal as possible. We don't want to go backwards, and but we also want to keep people healthy. But man, it's how exciting it was to see the spring really rolling. No mask required. People wore them if they wanted to, no problem at all. But as we got to the end of the spring semester, very little mask around. Students feeling comfortable, employees feeling comfortable, activities occurring and happening. Really, what ICC is all about, and it's that comprehensive collegiate model and experience that I'm so proud we offer.
And I know Taylor Tudor was so happy for it as well. Absolutely. Because you looked at it, we had the Indian Week and things like that going on.
Some exam cram stuff happening, and they had some fun activities with that. I got over there just in time to catch the tail end of a dodgeball / powder dye, and they were in the dodgeball. They were having a ball. All I know is they just messed up a whole bunch of T-shirts, basically.
Yes, good.
But it was but the students were having a ball doing that.
And that's an important experience of college.
Absolutely.
So we're talking about moving forward. ICC has made a big step in something that we've always been a part of, and that's going to be the Aspen Institute.
Yes.
Big exciting news on that. Kind of explain what that is for our listeners who may not know, and then we'll go in a little bit more about that.
Sure. You know, Aspen Institute has been around for a while, but about 8 years ago they created the Aspen Community College Excellence Program. And as I understand, the last 4 times, which over an 8-year period, they do it every 2 years, we've been in the top 150, which is a tremendous honor when you're talking about over 1,000 community colleges in the country. Some are much larger than us, a different level of diversity, communities they serve and the like. Some of them have vast more resources than we do, and some don't. You know, you've got one that's well over 100,000 students.
Yeah.
This is just a different animal, you know.
Big time.
Yeah, we're 5,000. It's a different animal. However, ICC has been competitive in that every time. This year they did a top 25, and so we were proud that for the first time ever we've made it in that top 25, or another distinction of the 150. We did have a Zoom interview with members of that team from Aspen, looking at the Aspen Institute, looking at what we were doing from a student success standpoint. And that's primarily what it's based on, is student success, your numbers, what you're generating, what's happening. And I thought we had a great interview with them via Zoom, and they asked us some really great questions, made us think on some stuff, and also kind of where we can go in the future with some things that we're hoping to do to impact student success in the classroom and out. So that top 25 is huge. They will narrow that down to a top 10, as they do typically, and then from that top 10, there will be on-site interviews and opportunities to share more in depth, and then they will pick a number one in the country, and that number one will receive $1 million cash prize. I can tell you that Cabinet has probably spent that $1 million that we hope we would get 6 times. I mean, they're all excited.
Like, we got this. We can do this,
but
and this.
Again, that would be something we would committed to investing that money directly into student growth, student experiences, student engagement, and retention, moving people to completion of their credentials that they would like to do.
And part of that, I guess you say, showing that you are devoted to putting that money towards student experience, has been the Fine Arts Auditorium.
Absolutely.
We finally had a chance, hit a few road bumps along the way, but that's just construction.
It is.
But actually 2 projects, now that I think about it. We got Fine Arts that's completed, and the new dorm that is getting close to being completed. So just talk about those 2 buildings, and then what it means for the college to be able to have those.
Our Fine Arts facility, built in the early 70s, if I remember correct, somewhere in that range, or maybe opened at that time. It definitely had that look and feel. It was a lot of exposed brick, a lot of so it was kind of dark. The lighting, house lighting, was not very good. It did not. You could turn the lights on, but you couldn't really tell they were on. Now you can.
Yes.
And we went through and removed the orange chairs and the orange sound panels on the wall that really looked like orange carpet on the wall, and really jerked it into the 21st century, really, and which was tremendous. It's a heavily used facility, not only by our students, but by our community, and it's kind of a welcome mat to so many people, both inside and outside this college, that we need it to be a showpiece, and it is now. Funny, when the architects were showing us renderings of the auditorium and then the lobby area, I was like, well, man, those look great, but what's ours going to look like? And they're like, well, that is yours. And I'm like, no, I don't think it is. But it is. It's just a tremendous improvement, new color palette, more comfortable seating, more updated seating, various sizes of chairs. We have a whole new lighting and really kind of an audio-visual package that will be installed over this next fall or so. Obviously, supply chain issues are slowing some things down for us. But it creates an environment that is inviting, and it is much more conducive to the way we use that. And that facility's packed out on a pretty often basis. So we're excited to have it updated. Then you got the residence hall across the street over here on Main Street, Magnolia Hall. Going to be an unbelievable addition to the campus and to the college as a whole. 246 new beds on campus. It is truly state-of-the-art. We went and looked around at universities and saw what we liked in floor plans and in finishes, materials that were used, and we really took all of that and tried to come up with what was the best fit for ICC, short-term and long-term. And we have to look long-term, because we're going to have this thing for 50 years or more. So that's how we have to think about it. And it will be a residence hall for scholars and leaders. It will be a combination, and so there's 2 different criteria students can meet to live in that hall. And there are numerous collaborative study spaces, because we know that's something our students are really needing and they're asking for more of. So there will be that in there, giving students much more responsibility. It is a separated co-ed. People may have concerns, Adam, about that.
Yeah. So kind of go into that a little bit then.
Yeah,
separated.
So, you separated co-ed, you're going to walk in a lobby, and on any given semester, or any given year, we can make that building all female, all male, or one wing of it would be male and the other wing be female, and or any floor could be, we could have one floor on one wing that is just men, and the rest could be all women, if that's what we need. It gives us that ability, because we needed housing for both male and females. We couldn't just add one. And we felt like our economy of scale was better to do it in one building. And the collaborative study spaces, scholar leaders, so many of those things make sense. Now, the other beauty of that is it gives us some flexibility to meet our demands for that year in needs by students. We had 500 plus on our waiting list prior to COVID. So, and we've been running in the 300s or better. So this will help us reach our enrollment goals as well, which we need. And so that's that. Plus it also brings another 246 people living on campus in Fulton, buying goods and services in Fulton and Itawamba County. So that helps Itawamba County. But it also ups our economy of scale on this campus with goods and services that we can provide to our students, opportunities we can provide to our students, and that helps. That'll put us over 1,200 students living on campus.
Wow.
So, really impressive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, you may not know, but Monroe Annex and Monroe Hall, over this course of this year, one will shut down. I think it's Monroe Annex will shut down in the fall. It's actually shut down right now.
Right.
And we will be replacing the full HVAC package, so our air, heating and cooling and exhaust package in that building over the summer and fall semester. And then that's about 50 beds. Right. And then those students will move out of Monroe Hall into Monroe Annex, and we will redo Monroe Hall's heated and cooling, which is so badly needed. And that's some HERF money, some federal money we're able to use for that, because it is probably our worst air quality of any facility. So we're really going in and upgrading that and making it what it needs to be. And then that would open back up next fall, that other hall. So we'll only be down 50 beds at one time. But those two halls are a male and a female hall. Right. And they sit adjacent to each other. And as I've had to share with folks, those students are actually living in those buildings, sleeping in sheer proximity, closer together than they will in the new residence hall.
Yeah.
Because there's more space with that lobby and the way things are spread out than really between those two halls. So it's kind of a unique environment. But card access doors everywhere in that new residence halls, cameras everywhere. Probably the most cameras we have on campus collectively at the moment will be in that building. And so we're preparing for the future, but as we know, students always surprise you. Yes. And we'll be ready and make adjustments as we need to.
Absolutely. We're talking about preparing for the future. We're going to take a look ahead and stuff, but before we do that, you got time to stick around and take a quick commercial break? All right, we'll be back more with Dr. Allen here on the ICC Hour right after this.
Give her a Renaissance replay. Make the right call with Renaissance and get cell phone protection with Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.
$5 for my own money?
That's a bad call. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking with ATM refunds today.
In Searcy, Arkansas, a young man says I love you for the first time, but his girlfriend doesn't quite hear. In Franklin, Tennessee, a boy encounters his first pickle. And in Kyle, Texas, after a mission for tots, cousins realize they're a long way from Kyle, Texas. One day, many people, millions of orders. This is Howie Sonic.
Now is the time to get an edge on your education at Itawamba Community College. ICC's Summer Edge program offers the first 6 hours of coursework and registration for free for in-person and online summer classes. For more information, visit iccms.edu/summeredge. That's iccms.edu/summeredge. Incoming freshmen, don't forget about ICC's free orientation sessions. Sign up today at iccms.edu/orientation. Itawamba Community College, the best start here.
Electrical technology is, here at ICC, is a program where we take students in and teach them from the fundamentals of what electricity is all the way to very advanced concept. It takes 2 years, it's 4 semesters, and you would always have to start in the fall because the courses are taught fall and spring. So in other words, the courses that are offered in the fall are not offered again in the spring, so you have to start in the fall, and it takes 2 years. There is a huge demand right now for electrical technicians in the workplace. As we all know, manufacturing has gotten very automated and very technical, and we meet that that need with our program here. So our students they're definitely going to have opportunities once they graduate, even opportunities while they're going to school here through the internship program that we have. Most of our students on the internship program are in that $14 to $16 range, and then once they graduate, and most industries does a pre-employment exam, and then they test to see where those students will fit into their pay scale. I would say that most of them fall in that $18 to $22 an hour after graduation. So it's a really, really hands-on program. So that's another thing that students need to be aware of. If you enjoy working with your hands and the physical aspect of using tools and doing a job, then this curriculum would be something that you need to look at. There is a good bit of programming, but you're not just going to be a programmer. You know, you're going to be a multi-skilled electrical technician, which means that you'll do all of the skill sets, not just the programming. Electrical technicians in manufacturing the number per manufacturing facility is going up because the technology used in all of manufacturing is going up exponentially. I mean, we just get more and more automated and autonomous in our manufacturing processes, which means that we have to have a really skilled person to maintain those processes and keep them functioning. So the maintenance technicians today are all, by and large, have a huge electrical background to be able to do what they do with the automated processes that we manufacture today. And it doesn't matter what you're manufacturing, whether you're building cars or tires or body parts, or, you know, it doesn't matter. All manufacturing processes are automated at a really high level today and continuing to grow in that area.
Why settle for a checking account that just holds your money? Renaissance Rewards Extra gives you so much more. Like savings at more than 400,000 retailers, 24/7 roadside assistance, a cell phone protection plan worth up to $400, $25 in ATM fee refunds per monthly cycle, and a great interest rate when you meet 3 easy qualifications. Get extra today at rewardsextra.com. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Now is the time to get an edge on your education at Itawamba Community College. ICC's Summer Edge program offers the first 6 hours of coursework and registration for free for in-person and online summer classes. For more information, visit iccms.edu/summeredge. That's iccms.edu/summeredge. Incoming freshmen, don't forget about ICC's free orientation sessions. Sign up today at iccms.edu/orientation. Itawamba Community College, the best start here. And welcome back to the ICC Hour here on Super Talk Mississippi, presented by Renaissance Bank. Visit renaissancebank.com to find out why they are the bank that understands you. Well, Dr. Allen, we just kind of look back at the school year, some of the improvements that are going on currently, and some of them that have already happened at ICC. But let's look ahead, and part of that is going to be our Summer Edge program here at the college. That's something that a lot of people think, I don't want to go to summer school. But then when you see the benefits and just how quickly you can get ahead and how much it helps, just talk about that for us.
Well, we've had Summer Edge for a while, and one of the focuses of that was to help students that were in a scenario in their English and math subscores on the ACT or placement levels where they were going to be placed in a developmental course. They needed some remediation. Hey, it happens yes. to the best of us, where we need that help. I was in that boat as a community college student right out of high school. I needed a little help in math. We have a program in the summer where they can come in and take English Comp, college algebra. In the summer, we have a set of wraparound services we put around them and make it a very supportive environment. And so they're taking their college level course with the remediation packed into it. And so there's a lab attached to it. It's a 4-hour course instead of a 3-hour course. And we have a tremendously successful completion rate of that course in the summer. So that's a great opportunity for them to really get ahead. But then we've added to that the ability this year with some of our federal funds where we can offer free tuition in the summer for up to 6 hours and the related fees to those courses. And so it's, again, an opportunity through those HER funds to try to engage and re-engage with students that we're missing. So we know due to COVID, we're missing students that normally we would have been enrolling due to family obligations of finances and the like, and just what the changes COVID has brought, as well as re-engaging students we have lost, who are having to work, not really that they want to in that situation. They wanted to focus on their education, but they had to take a step away and focus on finances for the family. So we're missing them. So we're hoping now we can really pull them back in with this summer program and get them re-engaged with the college. So we're excited about that. We hope that will be a boost for us, but mainly a boost for those students to get back into their educational experience.
Well, I know I've got a friend, and she messaged me about the class asking for some more information, and she was like, is this open to just anybody? I was like, absolutely. And she's like, I cannot not take advantage of this. She's like, what do I need to do? And I gave her the information. I was like, here you go. And she's enrolled in classes, and she was like, I didn't want to take summer classes, but this is too good of an opportunity to pass up.
And that's the reality is that we market it locally, and our students take advantage, and it's been a really good opportunity to get that engagement to the educational experience back in place. And that's what we wanted. The other great thing is that we know there's always that student in the summer experience that needs to get ahead for their next set of courses because they have a really difficult fall semester coming. It could be just in coursework, it could be in activities and engagements and involvement opportunities, and or a work-life balance scenario. So summer school is a great place to get back on track or to get ahead. My own daughter will be doing that and taking a class this summer to lighten a little bit of that science load because she's a science-based major, and so it's an opportunity to get one of those courses knocked out, and to instead of having 2 or 3 in one semester, I'm only going to have 1 or 2. So
see, I would have to be somebody. I'm taking A&P right now, and I've been so far out of school, I'm just like, I'm totally lost. So, I most definitely would do that. So we're also bringing back a sonography program.
Yes.
I'll let you talk about that because there's a lot of big words that Gore can't say.
Understand. I have trouble with some of those myself, but we will reopen our diagnostic medical sonography program in the fall of 22. So that was a program we had roughly 10 or so years ago. I think really it was quite obviously before my time, but I think really what happened was the industry may not have either has been as ready for us to produce that number of graduates, and or people weren't maybe as interested in it, and it was a little more limited. I think it was the only one of the credentials. This will be a 3-credential program, so that will mean that a student can come in, and in the first year they can do the abdominal OBGYN sonography that so many people think about in the sonography world, and they can go straight to the workforce. We hope they will stay with us and go ahead over the next fall semester and then the next spring semester and get the 2 other credentials that are going to be dealing with cardiovascular and some other things, pulmonary, where they're, and again, I'm about to get out of my depth, but it's going to give them that full set of opportunities. It's a great career field with a great quality of life in the work environment. It's a mobile credential. In other words, you're taking a national credentialing exam. You can take that anywhere. We know in our career tech programs, 80+% of our career tech graduates live and work in the state of Mississippi. They don't leave the state. Most of them don't even leave our area. So they're going to be staying local. So it's a great investment from a taxpayer standpoint. My gosh, we need more people to do that. And so it really stops that flight away from Mississippi, that brain drain of people leaving. It will have a unique offering environment where it will be a hybrid. You will come intense for the first week or 2, getting some lab experiences, getting in on the equipment, time on hands on that equipment, and then you will go back to your home and you will do the didactic component online. And so you'll be going through that. Of course, there will probably be some what I'm going to call asynchronous learning opportunities where you would get together as a cohort, opportunity to interact with that instructor via Zoom or some other piece of technology. I believe they're even going to have equipment that they can use to mimic doing sonograms, and it's a simulated environment. And then they'll be doing clinical experiences close to their home. We believe that will give us the ability to serve so many more students. We know it's an expensive program, as all of our health science programs are, but if this helps us to serve local as well as supplement that with students that may not be staying local but need that program, that can be great. I mean, I know of a student right now, graduated 2 years ago, that is enrolled in a program out of state in sonography because our program wasn't here yet. And we can prevent them from having to do that. And that would be so great, and we can keep them local. So we're excited about that program. It's a great addition to our health science area.
Absolutely. And our health science, I tell you what, that's becoming more and more important as the pages turn on each day. Well, finally kind of wrap things up here with you. I know you got to run real quick. Into the school year, I always say one of the worst things about working at a community college, or especially here at ICC, we only get our students for 2 years.
That's correct.
And so you only get to know them and see them grow for a short period of time. Kind of the same way with faculty and staff members. You get to we say ICC family. It's not just a slogan. We are a family here. Unfortunately, we're losing some of those family members, retiring, and some taking new opportunities. But that also means we get to welcome in new family members. So just kind of talk about the end of the year and some of those people that we're saying goodbye to, and then the excitement that comes with welcoming new faces.
It's inevitable. 26 years now, I guess it is, in community college experience for me. You're going to see people come and go. That's just the nature of the beast. And I tell our retirees all the time I'm jealous because I still got a ways to go before I can retire due to the family obligations with an 8th grader, a rising 9th grader, I guess you could say. So, I'm going to be around a while, but we lose such talent every year. But it's also amazing at the talent we gain each year. And I've always said I would rather have an employee that another entity wants to steal and could steal away than an employee that doesn't have options, that may not be as desired. It's we want game changers, and I tell our cabinet members and their directors all the time, every hire we make should be because we're hiring a game changer for this college, because they should be making that large of an impact. And if they're making that large of an impact, somebody else may want them. They probably do. And we have some of those scenarios right now. Plus we have retirements, as you always expect. And it happens. It's that ebb and flow. But yet it's excited to bring in some new talent and see what they're going to add to our environment. We've lost 2 coaches this year to retirement. Sully right there at the end, Mike Sullivan right there at kind of the last minute. We didn't expect that. We thought it had another year or so, but he had a great opportunity. We understand that. And Coach Kirk retiring, we understand that as well. Coach Ball, our athletic director, Coach Carrie Ball Williamson, will be retiring fully. She was retired and been back part-time with us, which was such a tremendous help through COVID. With so many unknowns, if we'd even be playing sports there at the very beginning, Coach Ball coming back and helping us navigate all of those experiences through COVID with our athletes was really crucial to our success. And so she'll be fully retiring, and I'm excited for her, but that will be a tremendous loss because of her sheer knowledge. I would venture to say that she is one of the most knowledgeable, not only in the state of Mississippi, but across the country as athletic directors go from a compliance and policy rule standpoint. And it's just tremendous. But we're going to have access to her. She said, hey, we can call and ask questions. We will, no doubt.
Now, she and I have different time frames because I was jokingly saying, I was like, Coach, good news is, I won't get woke up at 6 in the morning with you a text or a call.
Yep.
She goes, well, the good news is I won't get woke up at 10 and 11 o'clock at night with a text or call from you. So
she's an early riser. She's working out before 5 a.m. I think a lot of mornings. And but I will say too, you mentioned the student component. It is tough because we only have our students typically for max of 2 years. I love it when they make it the best 3 years of their life. That's always exciting. But I sit there at graduation and I watch those students come across the stage, and there's faces that I recognize even in that cap and gown because they don't dress like that on a regular basis, But seeing them and I start thinking about the impact that student has made on this college in their 2 years, how much I've seen them grow, how much I've seen them come out of their shell, just going in the cafeteria and watching them interact and finding their niche of friends, their group that they hang with, and how much they've grown. And knowing that we've added to them and they've added to us, and that's what you really want. But I think about, how are we going to replace that person on our campus? day in, day out. But what's always amazing is there's always another group of students to come in that continue to amaze us. And we are blessed with that at ICC. We're blessed that within the community college setting. And they always tend to blow us away with what they're able to do, and we continue to grow. We hope those that have graduated will come back and visit early and often, and that's a standing invitation for them to do that. And, we're starting to get a few of them coming back to work with us as well. We've got some new recruiters, 3 that are all graduates of ICC, and they're so happy to be back, recent graduates from college. It's exciting to have that talent pool back.
Well, Dr. Allen, I appreciate your time. I know you got to run.
Yes.
I know you got another meeting on top of meetings this time of year. But any final thoughts before we close things out?
Well, remember, our commitment is to keeping things as normal as we can, as safe as we can, and that we are excited about our students coming back this fall, re-engaging with us over the summer as well. Lots of camps going on this summer, and if you've got a child out there that needs to be in a camp this summer, whether it be athletic, music, theater, there's an opportunity at ICC. Even in the career tech area, we have a used to be called the Thingamajigs, but it's really kind of an industrial program in the summer where we have some kids come in and they build things. It's so neat to see what they do. Well, those opportunities are there. Make sure you reach out to us and let us help you find a place for your child to plug in.
And you can visit iccms.edu to find out more information on those as well. Dr. Allen, thank you again for your time, and look forward to talking to you again in the future.
Thank you, Adam.
We'll be back with more of the ICC Hour right after this. Now is the time to get an edge on your education at Itawamba Community College. ICC's Summer Edge program offers the first 6 hours of coursework and registration for free for in-person and online summer classes. For more information, visit iccms.edu/summeredge. That's iccms.edu/summeredge. Incoming freshmen, don't forget about ICC's free orientation sessions. Sign up today at iccms.edu/orientation. Itawamba Community College, the best start here.
Playing on tour takes years of dedication, hours of practice, focused precision, and nerves of steel. That's how you become great at the game, but not how you should bank. That's why Allie Ewing chose Renaissance Bank. Their easy-to-use app makes banking a breeze, no matter where she is. Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Hey, honey, today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
HVAC stands for Heating, Ventilation, Air Conditioning. It is a trade program that is dealing with home repairs to industrial refrigeration repairs like you'd find in a convenience store to a supermarket. The degree program is 2 years. It is 4 semesters at 15 hours each semester. There's about 15 hours of academic classes that will be needed to be taken for the degree. With a 2-year degree, a person should be able to get a job doing repairs, to being a service tech for a local company, to being a self-employed individual. During the program, we get the EPA certification, which allows people to handle the refrigerant and in charge of systems. There's also NATE certification that are available to students at completion of a 2-year program. An entry-level person can probably experience pay in the neighborhood of about $14.50 to $17 an hour, with raises going up to the points of $22 to $23 an hour. The demand for HVAC technicians has been really well for the last few years. A lot of the technicians are older people that are at retirement age and are leaving the field, so there is a big demand for new, experienced personnel. The curriculum is made up of 12 classes in the HVAC that are 3-hour college credit classes, starting out with levels of someone not having any experience to getting a person to the level of getting a job or becoming self-employed. There's also 15 credit hours of academic classes for the associate's degree that can be done online or in the classroom on the Tupelo or Fulton campus. I like this industry for the reason of being able to go different places every day for a work environment. It's not always at the same location. The other thing I like about this is a field that's easy to start your own business. Nationwide, 1 out of every 7 that finish a 2-year degree end up owning and operating their own business.
Ever since we opened our doors in 1964, Davis Ford in Fulton has been committed to providing the highest level of customer service and customer satisfaction. That level of commitment is shown in our 18 Ford President's Awards for overall customer experience. Whether you're looking for a tune-up, a trade-in, or a new F-150, the team at Davis Ford is here to serve you. Come see us today in Fulton. Call us at 662-862-3711 or visit us online at davisfordsales.com. Davis Ford, small-town dealership, small-town prices.
Why settle for a checking account that just holds your money? Renaissance Rewards Extra gives you so much more. Like savings at more than 400,000 retailers, 24/7 roadside assistance, a cell phone protection plan worth up to $400, $25 in ATM fee refunds per monthly cycle, and a great interest rate when you meet 3 easy qualifications. Get extra today at rewardsextra.com. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
Now is the time to get an edge on your education at Itawamba Community College. ICC's Summer Edge program offers the first 6 hours of coursework and registration for free for in-person and online summer classes. For more information, visit iccms.edu/summeredge. That's iccms.edu/summeredge. Incoming freshmen, don't forget about ICC's free orientation sessions. Sign up today at iccms.edu/orientation. Itawamba Community College, the best start here. And that's going to do it for this week's show. I invite you right back here next Tuesday, starting at 1:06 p.m. for the ICC Hour presented by Renaissance Bank. Now, if you happen to miss any of today's shows or any previous shows, they're available on our YouTube channel, typically shortly after we wrap things up here. All you have to do is search the ICC Hour. That's the ICC Hour on YouTube. And don't forget to go ahead and like the show and subscribe to our page while you're there. You can also keep up with all things ICC by visiting iccms.edu. That's iccms.edu, and all things ICC athletics by visiting letsgoicc.com. One more time, that's letsgoicc.com. If social media is your thing, you can follow us on your favorite social media platform at Itawamba CC. That's all one word, Itawamba CC, and Let's Go ICC. Again, that's for the athletics side, Let's Go ICC. We'd like to thank Renaissance Bank and all of our sponsors you heard throughout the show this afternoon for helping make the ICC Hour possible here on Super Talk Mississippi. If you would like to learn how you can advertise through the ICC Hour or ICC Athletics, give me a call at 662-862-8059. That's 862-8059. And don't forget to visit RenaissanceBank.com to find out why they are the bank that understands you. This is Adam Gore saying so long to next Tuesday. I hope you guys have a blessed week. And as always, Roll Tribe. Now is the time to get an edge on your education at Itawamba Community College. ICC's Summer Edge program offers the first 6 hours of coursework and registration for free for in-person and online summer classes. For more information, visit iccms.edu/summeredge. That's iccms.edu/summeredge. Incoming freshmen, don't forget about ICC's free orientation sessions. Sign up today at iccms.edu/orientation. Itawamba Community College, the best start here.
Why settle for a checking account that just holds your money? Renaissance Rewards Extra gives you so much more. Like savings at more than 400,000 retailers, 24/7 roadside assistance, a cell phone protection plan worth up to $400, $25 in ATM fee refunds per monthly cycle, and a great interest rate when you meet 3 easy qualifications. Get extra today at rewardsextra.com. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, You copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Here, you can be your best. The best train here. Learn here. Succeed here. Perform here. Win here. Thrive here. Itawamba Community College. The best start here.